Good luck, everybody. I'm sorry, yeah. Hold and call. Call. Or sorry, hold. Hold.
Oh, yeah.
That was fast.
All right, gang. How you guys doing? It is the Sunday $150 MegaStack Freezeout final table. A couple of faces we've got here. We got Cole, we got Albert, Tillman. Let's see, we got Terry Hatcher. We got Have You Ever Seen Lorraine in the house here? As we've got Terry here with tens in the big blind. As Tillman shoved, looks like here for 23K, 2K, 4K. With the 4K pick blind Annie. Cole had limped. Terry calling the shove here with some tens. Cole over calling here as Tillman is all in for all those chips. And Cole is going to flop top pair. Tillman here with a straight draw, backdoor flush draw. There's a heart. Again, better heart than Terry with the 10 of hearts. And looks like it is going to be kings and sevens with a queen. Cole is going to take down this pot, and Tillman has been eliminated. Jeez. Good game there, sir, though. We had 39 entrants here into the tournament final table. Or, excuse me, to the 6K guarantee prize pool. So first here tonight going to be $2,400. Second going to be $1,500. Third, $900. Fourth, $660. And fifth, $540. So we got Terry Hatcher there rocking it. What a little surprised maybe didn't jam over the top there with tens, but this says all right. Let's maybe get an opponent out here on the bubble. Got Scott back here. He's been here many times. I think it's the first final table appearance here for Lorraine. She was on our ladies' night stream. Got Cole. And it looks like hey, check it out, folks. You can't see it, but I have got a free ATX poker shirt waiting for me. Thank you to John Shack and the folks at ATXpoker.club. I thought I was getting like a hoodie, but shirt. Well, I am a fan of any time free T-shirt. Like, I'm your guy. That is what I live for. So Albert going to raise here in the cutoff, and he is going to pick up the blinds as Walter choosing not to defend as he's one of the short stacks here with 139K. Did you guys have a good Sunday? Are you feeling refreshed? Do you feel good? Are you all right? Are you doing okay? I hope you are, because we appreciate you being here on TCH Live. Sunday. Our MegaStack Freezeout, as always. Our 5-5, no limit uncapped. Going to be tomorrow, and that is going to be hosted by Bart Hansen. And Thursday, your boy Mikey going to be here on the felt. I'm going to be playing in the 1-3 game with Steam Dola. Steam Dola and J-Stack are going to be there. So that is the tentative plan. It should be a fantastic cash game. We hope you join us for us as we keep going on TCH Live. All right, checking up here with the chat. Let's see, Laker fan, probably feeling extra spicy here tonight. What's going on, Carlo? Andrew Fiorentino, JTN. This is Mike, way to make an entrance. Yeah, hey, we're here. That's all that matters. I'm going to give you a preview. Say, here's what this thing sounds like without me. Do you think that sounds good? And then if it doesn't, then it's like, okay, hey, I've made my point. This is what it sounds like without the dude talking here. No, that was not intentional, though. Anyway, always good to go out on top 2 weeks. Texas get hold for KJ Tang says Texas gets cold enough for hoodies. Man, you get into the evening hours here, and it's like a hoodie. It's like you don't need it, but it's good. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to be like shivering except maybe in January. All right, Eric's going to open here with like 3, what was it, like just under 3.5x. Walter is going to call a King Jack offsuit, and Lorraine is going to be here with 10-7 of hearts as everybody misses, so whoever decides they want to fire at this. And it's going to be Lorraine. Anthony Oliveira, how much is first place? Going to be $2,400. As Lorraine bets, as everybody has missed this board. Great bet to fire at, assuming maybe your opponents had overcards or had just completely whiffed on it. And had she been called there, there's also some backdoors that can turn that even if you get maybe like floated there in that spot, you could see something roll over. JTN 1968 says, I'm ordering a pizza and a 2-liter Coke for the Thursday game. Get your popcorn ready. You'll probably see me play Super Nitty. The chat will roast me forever. And I hope not to make the steamroller punt of the night. That's really my goal, is to not punt. Just don't punt. Throw the ball out of bounds if you have to, but I'm not going to punt. All right. Here, so we got Luis. Scott's been here a couple of times. I think he's played in our 5-5 game as well, as long as we're 1-3. So Scott's going to open here on the button. Lorraine going to call the, this is now actually like a 2.5x raise. And Cole in the big blind getting an okay price here with the King-9 offsuit. And here we go, 3 ways to the flop is 10-8-5. Scott really the only one to connect with this. Lorraine does have a straight draw but no club in her hand. Scott was second pair, no kicker. All right, bet 30K here by Lorraine. This chance to steal back-to-back pots. Scott could be in bluff-catching mode here at this point, too, because I'm thinking, all right, you've bet this turn after the flop check. You've either completely whiffed at it or completely smashed it. So back-to-back bluffs there by Lorraine. Got to pick this one up. Very well done. All right, let's see what you all saying here. PM watching from the Dallas area, still patiently waiting for TCH Dallas. We're going to have an announcement, I believe, either tomorrow or the following Monday, so stay tuned for it. I'm waiting to get all the, nitty-gritty and all that kind of good stuff, but hang in there. The sun is going to come out someday, I promise. It's going to be great. It's going to be the greatest card room you've ever seen. Wonderful people doing very important things. All right, raising up here to 17K. Lorraine here with ace-5 offsuit. Going to and Albert here with a pre-flop. He's sitting with a pretty healthy amount of chips there, as now he's going to be at the 396 mark. Cole just kind of keeps getting here. Tara keeps getting here. It's been a while, I think, since Walter has gotten to this point. I feel like Luis has been here before. Scott's a good player, and this is either the second or third appearance here by Lorraine on the stream. All right, Scott here on the hijack. Prime raise in position, going to make it 13K. About 215,000. See, well, that's not going to get any action. So, Laker fan says, wow, Lakers 8 turnovers already, down 29-9 in the first. I knew the NBA would let Miami get one game. It's my favorite NBA conspiracy theorist. I don't know. So it's a 7-game series. Basketball's kind of a tricky game. Like, it's some teams going to play a little more desperate, a little more hungry, and that's just generally how these things work out. So it's still early yet. good football Sunday. What in the world is going on with the Dallas Cowboys? They were almost getting shellacked by Cleveland today at like 41-10 at one point and made it a game of the fourth, and then Dak throws a pick, and that's it. So your boy Baker woke up feeling dangerous this morning at Dallas and got it done. Browns now 3-1. All right, blind versus blind. Almost as exciting as the Browns versus the Cowboys today. All right, Queen 3. We're going to have Louise raise up. It makes it 12K, so the blind's 2.55. And Albert is going to connect here with top pair weak kicker. Louise here with a gutter ball. So quick check back call. Check here on the turn. Queen's up here with an 8 here for Albert. Now he could either wait to try to see Louise. We'll bluff at this. Albert's either thinking like maybe he's raised a hand like ace-8 or ace-7 or some kind of hand that has an ability to bet the flop and then safely protect. So, I mean, like, you could think of, like, 9s, 10s that might look him up here. And I have a lot of questions. Louise going to call here with Jack high. Really the one hand he beats here is 10-9, 3 deuce suited, 9-6. Like, I mean, I'm a little flabbergasted by that, but maybe there's a card there and there's a different one, but I'm pretty sure that was. All right, so Tillman was knocked out in 9th place. Eric, the short stack here with 11 big blinds. Don't forget to hit that like button, click subscribe. Sunday. You know why we're here. Love of the game. All right, so Terry is going to pick up the pot. So right now we're kind of treading water here until we get a little closer to the bubble. Top 5 places paying here in this. 5th at 540, 4th at 660, 3rd 900, 2nd 1,500, 1st 2,004. So $2,400 here for first place. The usual suspect. Greetings and salutations. Thanks for being here. Albert, one of the big stacks, going to fold his 7-3 off. And Louise going to raise it on up and min raise on the button with ace-8 suited. Cheap price here for Walter. We go heads up. Walter's got no part of it, and Luis never not going to bet, I think, here in this spot. With the board texture as it is, just going to go ahead and pick it on up. So, all right, so going on here at Texas Card House. It looks like we got some cash tables going on out there in the main room. So, as we typically do, we've got 3 tables of 1-2 no limit with bomb pots, 1-1-3 with bomb pots. Players on the wait list for that. And our tournament final table currently here on TCH Live. Again, tomorrow night's Monday 5-5, going to be hosted by Bart Hansen. We'll take a breather from the broadcast booth. All right, fold it around here to Terry to raise up here to 15. Scott here with the 8-3 offsuit. Damn, will not defend. So, yeah, a lot of pre-flop raises, a lot of hands that are too chunky to call in these spots. So, it's not untypical here in these situations. Keith Sherboss is returning to poker after 5 years off. Thanks for these broadcasts. Hey, welcome you back into the fold. Well, there's a lot of folks out there that played before, or they took some time off, or life takes you all sorts of directions. All right, 2K, 5K, 5K, big blind, Annie. As Luis going to call 5K. Now Scott here with the ace suited here in the small blind, going to pop it up. Go with a little larger size raise out of the small blind, which I think is the right move. You got to de-incentivize some of the limpers and put them in a more difficult spot. And we'll continue here on TCH Live. So Thursday, 1-3, I'm going to be playing in that game, at least tentatively. So I would invite you to check that one out to see if I can remember how to play No Limit Hold'em Cash. It's been a while. What else do we get? Oh, yeah, TCH Dallas. Tune into our episode here tomorrow for more details. All right, so we've got, now it's been folded around here to the blind. It's been kind of a tight table. Also, cards have had an impact on that. I haven't seen too many hands where I look at and go, they folded that. All right, 7-6 versus. Barrel our way through this, and Cole's not buying what he's putting down, but with his stack, he has got the ability to call one bet, and then, I mean, you're just sort of guessing on the turn if you're going to have the ability to make a bluff at it, or it could be really far behind. So Lorraine with probably the 3 most effective bluffs here. Early on, stacking chips. All right, 2.5K, 5K with a 5K big blind ante. So we're implementing a new policy right now that if you want to sign up here for TCH Live, you email tchlivelist@texascardhouse.com. Again, that is tchlivelist@texascardhouse.com to sign up to play here on our TCH Live games. Now you can also text 512-939-5364 as well. So I think you'll see that there on the bottom of the scroll. All right, raise up here by Albert under the gun. And like we've seen with a lot of hands, there's not a lot of post-flop action here thus far. So about 104 folks watching. Make sure to hit that like button. Click subscribe. This here at the $150 MegaStack Freezeout Tournament. We guarantee the prize pool at 6K. And that's where we hit today. See if we get Terry rocking and rolling here. Been made it here a few times, searching for the first W. Albert's won before. Scott's good at contender. Lorraine's playing really well here early on. Cole the short stack, but he can fight for it. We got Eric here. All right, so we have no idea what Walter's hand is. We do have Albert here in the big blind with some 6s. Lex not the 3-bet, just going to call. So Walter here with the King Jack. Oh boy, look at this action-packed flop. Open ender here for Walter, bottom set for Albert. 6 is full down, so Albert's got a lock on the hand. Tough for Walter to assume he's drawing dead in this spot, but worst thing for him if he could see a 9 or an ace, but that might give Albert a little bit of pause here. The board's double paired above him, so if Walter had just called with, say, like 10 Jack or 10-9 or anything, his hand has now counterfeit his set, but yeah, I'm surprised he's come out betting here, or if Walter by any I mean, Walter's probably not checking a queen, I think, in that spot there, so it's, I mean, unless he had like quads or something, you could probably safely assume once the queen rolls off that he's not checking back that spot. But Albert goes for the value bet, but not able to get anything out of it. JTN here with a $5 super chat. Again, if you show your support to tip the stream, the super sticker or super chat. And all right, we've got a raise up by Terry. We had a 10 high call in the blind versus blind hand either this past week or the week prior between her and Cole. Eric has woken up here with aces, and a great time for it as he's got about 46.5K. The blind's 2.55K. And it's going to be 28.5K to call here for Terry. Getting just over about 3 or 4 to 1. Didn't realize how bad it is, but it's, you know, if Eric's shove is like to 100K there, she can probably get away from it. But with the blinds and the price of Eric's raise here and what she's already raised up front is, you just got to get it in and hope you get lucky. And that is not the board to do it. Going to need a good run out, and King Queen is going to brick on this as Eric, 2 pair aces and 9s. Now going to double up and a little extra here to 106K. So Eric's back within puncher's reach of it. Terry's still got a decent stack here at 135K. So, you know, still above 20 big blinds. It's pretty maneuverable, especially with a tournament like this where it's, you know, 25-minute levels. Just start with 30K in chips. You got a 5K on time bonus. You got a 5K dealer appreciation for $10. Still a lot of ground to maneuver here on Sunday. So all right, Lorraine. Oh, popping it up here to 17K. I think playing the best out of everybody here in this final table has really found the right situations to attack and pick up some free pots here. Terry here in the big blind, another 12K more to call with King 6 of clubs, would leave her with about 113K left. If she called, I think it's just deeper stack. She might choose to defend the spot, but it's just that you put, and that's a great blind to attack, and that's you know, when we talk about when you're at a full table, whose blinds to raise, it's really as much about the stack sizes that you're going to attack as it is the players in this spot, that you don't necessarily want to raise the shortest stack, because if you try to raise with any 2 cards and then get moved on, like you're priced into call almost every time. But the medium stacks, and you know, this isn't anything new for anybody who's ever heard analysis before, is generally the better stacks to kind of pick on. That once you get into these spots, that if they have some fold equity, they have some fold equity, but they generally have to have a pretty strong hand. And if they're not super deep stacked, they're going to find the list of hands that they defend with to be a little bit less. So as we do our color ups here and get the $500 purples off, we've got the 1K whites, the 5K pinks, and the 25K oranges. As this is a race off here. This happens generally during all breaks and tournaments. We kind of got relatively quickly here to the final table, I think. So now that we're up to 3K and 6K, that means we could take out the 500s. We can color those up, and then Albert, as we see floor manager Tim counting it out, will likely exchange a like 25K chip to him. So yeah, this is tough. I mean, this is tough. You got to, especially when you run the tournament, and it's like 3-4 tables. You got to get done during the breaks, and here in the final table, once we get past this point, that's the first time you really can take any of the purples off. So we appreciate you hanging on here with us. And okay, JTN $5. Fun as always. 2 questions. 1, how can I get on the TCH live list? If you read the crawler there on the bottom of the screen, it says who's going to be busting your chops in the booth Thursday night. I think going to have Aaron and either Michael Eli or Mike Major. I need to reach out to Major to see if he. Otherwise, I think Mike Eli said he would come back. So I appreciate it, man. Again, text TCH live list or text that number to get on the list. Because tomorrow's 5-5 is going to be the last one where we've done the phone and call the front desk. And now it's like, okay, we want to be able to have a better process, I think, to get more people on the stream that maybe has been on as frequently, and give a fair opportunity here. And, yeah, still keep your favorites here on the table as Albert is going to pick up the blinds and the antes as moves ahead here to 497K. So with that blind jump, Terry now at 20 big blinds. Walter now the short stack at 9. Eric and Cole kind of sandwiched in between. Right now, Albert in really good position here. JTN, how far in advance? I mean, like at least a week or 2 in advance would be super appreciated if you're coming out of town. I mean, we're kind of just taking it week by week at this point to make this the best process it can be to have some of our best TCH live tables. So this is episode 90, total 90 total live episodes here at North Austin at Texas Card House. We're here throughout the month of October. We've got the early bird discount that is 25% off if you check in before 1 p.m. and the night owl discount if you check in after 1. So if you check in after 1, that's 25% off. And if you do 50% off consecutively, you check in before 1, check out after 1, that's 50% off the hourly that day. So that's saving a whole lot of money. All right, so we've got Albert. Not going to open here with Queen 9. Good decision. Some players might decide to open that spot, but again, you have the short stack Walter, and you've got 2 good players here in the blinds. As Terry folds, Walter folds, and now we've got Scott here with Queen 6. Says, all right, let's pick it up. There's 12K there that Lorraine has put in the stack with the big blind and the ante. And Lorraine is going to fold out the King 7. There's not a whole lot of post-flop stuff happening here tonight, guys. I'm thinking it's going to be a lot of all-in or shove until we kind of get to a point where we've got 2 or 3 big stacks. Yeah, this is kind of this in-between point where you're not as comfortable, I think, playing post-flop with less than optimal hands in the spot. So we'll see if we start seeing some shoving here, getting those chips flying around. Albert here with 8-4, going to give it up, and now Luis with a good open here at a 15K with ace-jack of hearts. Walter going to, just call here. We've got 40K left. Cole now here has ace-queen, and I think those chips are going on in. We should probably have a flip with Cole jamming over the top, Luis probably folding, and Walter calling. That would be my guess. Now, that would be the standard thing to do, but this is almost Luis's entire. Wow, he's going to call. He's going to leave himself back 86K, maybe hoping that he's. And since Cole's not super conventional by any stretch, there are some times where ace-jack can be ahead of a shoving range or flipping with it. But I really would have thought, given the amount that he had, how close we are on the bubble, that this is probably a fold. But there he's going to smash the flop. And a queen here on the end, so Cole has doubled up. He had a straight draw, and he could hit the queen. Threes would have turned into dust if Walter had continued. So now Cole in a dangerous position here with 230K. He's got position on Lorraine. We'll see if that changes the dynamic a little bit, because Lorraine's been attacking a lot of these spots because she's got the players to her left that are a little more leveraged by the fact they're shorter. So Cole's gotten even this bunch. He's by all accounts productive tournament player here in Austin. All right, so a lot of stuff in the NFL watch today. Arizona didn't look pretty good. Tampa got it done. Minnesota beat those Texans, so we got our first win of the year. So I don't have to feel as depressed as I have been the last couple of weeks just watching my team screw it up. And Nick Foles did not look good today here for Chicago. Indy's now sitting in a pretty good position. Buffalo kicking ass. New Orleans, solid win against Detroit today. Baltimore, solid win against Washington. It was not a lot of dazzling matchups, but some really solid games. With the Patriots and the Chiefs game going to be moved to tomorrow. So we got a really good doubleheader of Monday night games. Put on some 5-5 no limit on one screen. I think that's going to be my plan anyway. You have one screen open. All right, so Walter has got 6 big blinds. He's next one going to have to probably make a move in these next 3 hands before the blinds in Annie's approach. Let's go. Let's go. We've got a 15K open here by Luis. Now Lorraine here in the cutoff with the King 10 offsuit. It's always kind of the murky territory that I don't love to be in. But generally, once you're in position, that's just almost always a better spot to be in. Especially, yeah, like I think a lot of chatters have mentioned it's been kind of a snug table. But, I mean, is it a snug table or is it a lot of, like, just some of the card combos that it's not like anybody's laying down big hands. It's just people folding a lot of crap and not trying to steal with it. So Luis is going to jam here with the ace-high club draw. Albert has got second pair. The best kicker says, this probably smells like a draw. I got that beat. slight favorite on Luis. And right there on the turn, Albert's now drawing dead. As the flush binks there for Luis. Albert's now down to 420K. Giggle all you want. So Albert's still in a really good chip position. Luis had got it in with ace-jack against ace-queen, flopped a jack and got a queen rivered on. So he's won some of those chips that he lost in that hand previously. Cat P, good evening, Mike. How are you? I'm well. How are you? You doing excellent? You feeling great today? Do you feel alive? Because it's Sunday, 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 our tournament final table. Shout out to ATX Poker. I got a shirt. Debating if I should wear this Thursday or am I gonna have like? I want to wear like a funny shirt on Thursday. Or just something kind of smart ass. Like that's just generally my style, but. Well, Walter here with the hand he should be shoving with every single day of the week. I'm going to put in a fifth of his stack here. Here has Cole going to call on the cutoff. I mean, I guess it does here for Walter. Built kind of a pot that if you just go ahead and hit your hand, you've got a chance to have a little bit of a bigger pot built up. And see, Luis absolutely would have snapped him here, and he's just going to check with ace-queen. What's going on with you guys? Let's move some chips around. Let's go. Well, top pair here for Cole. Second pair here for Albert. Maybe Walter jams at it now. Walter's going to jam at it. Cole's absolutely going to call. I can never see him folding here. Walter just hoping this flop was going to miss everybody. And if not, he's got overs to the board. That if he does get looked up, he can still get lucky. So I guess in the hypothetical, had he raised, just jammed all in with the 40, that would have been like 39K. He probably would have just gone heads. He probably would have just gone three ways with Lorraine, who likely maybe would have called with threes for that amount. So maybe it works out. Who knows? He's going to turn a straight draw and hits the ace on the river. Walter's a genius. That's all there is to it. That is not the most conventional way to do it, but that's the fun part about this tournament is still find your way to some chips. So had he jammed there and Luis had called, this would have been the end of the tournament for Walter. Take that, GTO nerds. No, JTN 1968, I'll send you my favorite t-shirt. I'm not crazy. My mother had me tested. I don't know if I want to go that direction. Jobel here in Houston. What's up, bro? Says Jobel. Just trying to emphasize it for the uppercase. Matthew Hollett says Walter knows all, never in doubt. That's the spirit. Raise up here to 17K by Eric. Terry here in the big blind. 11K more to, and like not to defend here with King 3. Again, still on the bubble here. The defend would have put her stack down to about 114. And I think when you're also going up against a short stack like that, like Eric's pretty much most of his entire moves are going to revolve jamming. So it's, I think if there's a King 7 or up, you can make a pretty good case for defending that. But with the circumstances involved, I don't blame Terry for folding. Bet Albert's probably wondering what's going on with that Eagles game. The Eagles 0-2-1, taking on the San Francisco 49ers with slinging Nick Mullins at the helm. I don't know if Nick Mullins has got a nickname, but we'll make one for him. All right, Eric opens. Walter calls with the 8s. Uh-oh, don't do it, Cole. Don't check bomb. Or limp raise. He's going to call. I was like, man, is he thinking about it right now? Is he going to make this pot bigger? But 8's ace 3, ace queen. Straight draw here for Walter. He's going to move in on it. He's got the best hand. He's got a flop that he's basically semi-bluffing at. And Eric has just got overcards here on a connected board. I think in the most optimistic scenarios, he's got not much equity here, other than the fact that a 10x or something that Walter can just open rip with, but I think it's just a little posterity there to make Walter sweat a little bit. So now Walter's up to 153K. Matthews has some very odd plays at this table so far. Yeah, yes and no. Some are more standard than others. But, you know, that's often kind of what happens when we get to a final table that does have a bubble on it for pay jumps. So we're paying top 5. It just seems like once we're 9 players left, 8, 7, and 6, like it just kind of goes this way. You know, if you get here to this point, you want to stay here. You don't necessarily have to Leroy Jenkins your stack off here in these spots. Leroy Jenkins says, Bob Louise going to limp here in the cutoff. These 6-4 spades. Scott going to check king 7. And Walter had called out of the small blind with 9, 8. Well, we got a spade draw for Louise. Middle pair for Walter, who min bets. And should get an insta call here by Louise. Turn is, well, actually the flush there for Louise, so bet a 15, call a 15. Jack of clubs here on the end, so Walter's not going to pay it off here as we get the river bet by Louise that I think was hoping that maybe Walter was just leading with a weak ace and might still decide to stay sticky with him. All right, again, our payouts, top 5, 540, 660, third, 900, second, 1,500, first, 2,000, and 400. All right. Again, tomorrow, 5-5, no limit here with Bard Hansen hosting. From Crushed Live Poker. Usually have them on for like 155, so I can kind of take a breather and might just come out here and deal. Who knows? We'll see what tomorrow brings. All right, Louise makes it ace 16 with ace jack. Scott here with I think one of our first premium hands since I've sat down here. Couple of ladies. And we've got a re-raise. I haven't seen a whole lot of 3-betting here. Scott, I'm going to size up here. Just inviting Luis a chance to jam over the top. Luis, I think I correctly assume this is rarely, at this sizing, at this stage, a naked bluff here. Get rid of the hand, Luis. You know what to do. You can get rid of it. Yeah, he folds. There's part of me that's like rooting for him to like palm it in, but that's just be kind of crazy, I think, at this point. Well, here at Texas Card House, we've got a refer a friend promo. If you refer a new member, you get $30 rewards added. Plus, the new member does get a free monthly membership. So, hey, you play here at Texas Card House, you know a buddy that's itching to get out here and play some cash or play this tournament or play in the free rolls or just come on down and have a good time. That's an opportunity for you yourself to cash in on that. It's $30 rewards added if you refer a new member here to Texas Card House. Don't forget, Ladies' Night is 50% off every Friday. Good chance you'll see maybe Terry Lorraine here. Cole's going to check his Jack 10 as Terry limped the hijack with King 9 suited. And then we've got a 7-high board. Lorraine here with top pair. Nobody with the spade in their hand, and pretty good chance just for Lorraine to pick this one up as Terry dejected as just like, I got to give this up. I can't. And another good spot there by Lorraine. It just figures that if I let it get checked to Terry, I could be put in a really weird spot. So why don't I just go ahead and bet it? Yeah, that was an unraised pot, so it's not as necessarily bad to take the lead in some of those spots. Just which is different than a donk raise, which is like a flop lead out of position into a raiser. Like, it was kind of a limp pot. Like, if you're first to take a smack at it, like, there you go. Bob's your uncle. All right, Lorraine here with Queen 9 suited on the button. Hasn't had to play any big pots yet, so we'll see if it's just going to be playing some small pot poker here. We're raising on up here to 16K. And we have got a re-raise by Cole. JTN says, quiet tonight. Haven't seen the usual suspects in the chat yet. We do have the usual suspect, but not some of our, hey, we've got ETX Poker says, how you doing here, Mikey? I'm here with Aaron at the Park Domain. I've been there many a times. As we mentioned before, one thing to watch with Cole having position to the left of Lorraine. I kind of assume that we're probably going to see a 3-bet in some of these spots. Says Cole looking sharp. Which one is Mike Postle? Which one looks like he's got a lawyer with him? That I don't see. Nope, don't see him. Again, allegations out there. It is a wicked and wild world, and boy, it is a new story that does have the poker community talking, and we'll see if that narrative or conversation changes over the coming weeks. All right, so we've got Cole here with the raise on the button. A couple of the limpers, he just decides to min raise to 12K. Matt Benjamin says, or an armed guard with him. Yeah, I want to be safe, man. You know what? And you're always going to be safe here with the security staff that we have at Texas Card House. But all right, 9-high board. Gutter ball here for Albert and Cole. Yeah, ATX poker out there at the park. Just go to the park at South Lamar, too. That's a decent one. You guys are living dangerously, going to restaurants and bars and stuff. Rebels. All right, Cole's going to bet his hand, though. He was the pre-flop raiser, even if it was a min raiser. Gets to represent a lot more strength than what he has. And some free chippies there. See, Miami leading the Lakers 44-40. 4 minutes 14 to go here as Bam out of bye, Goran Dragic out. So my expectations were pretty low, but yeah, I think it's better if you do get like a 5-6 game series. Just get a little extra revenue for some of those playoff games from the advertising. So that way that salary cap stays up and all that transactional stuff that people like about the league, that, oh boy, this guy's going to sign with this team. Like, that's the only reason why. Like, it's just why the financials are kind of important at this point. Well, Eric is going to jam here with 64K. Luis here with 9-8 offsuit in the big blind. And we'll get the fold. Matt Benjamin says it's becoming increasingly more difficult to be a Cowboys fan. I feel for you there. That is, excuse me, a strange duality of life there, that you have as talented of an offense as it is, and it just seems like it doesn't matter if it's the coach or it's the owner, that it's just you're not always the most sound and disciplined team. That there's just like an evil spirit that they built AT&T Stadium on or something, that they just have this ability to get kind of train wrecked in these games and come back. And I will say this, like, there's enough to be optimistic about because the division is so bad right now that you can take a few of these bumps and figure out how to readjust with the defensive personnel. Like, it's a lot of guys I think that they would normally have on the defensive side of things just to, you know, get just a couple of stops. But, man, Cleveland played with great run-pass balance here. Like, they were getting like 7 yards a clip off the run. Offense was really moving to put Dallas on their heels. So, I mean, give some credit there to Cleveland. It just, between Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb, my boy Baker, not really my boy, but pride of Lake Travis here. But they put themselves in the right kind of position to just control the pace of the game through the running game. If you can do that, you can make your offensive passing game look great. And that just made Dallas look even worse. So that's all I got to say about the Dallas Cowboys. You guys are fine. Don't panic yet. I know it looks like crap, but you're a playoff team. It's just kind of very ugly right now. What's going on, Nick from Yuma? It's not quite a show if Nick from Yuma's not here. All right. Still kind of camping out here on the button, or on the bubble. Camping out on the button, too, is going to be Luis, actually. But Sunday. Our $150 MegaStack Freezeout. 6K guaranteed prize pool. First place, $2,400. Awesome excitement each and every Sunday. All right, Terry here playing as patiently as ever. It's really been card dead in this spot, that even though I think in tournaments we believe that we can have all the situations open to us, that you don't always necessarily need to have premium hands. Well, I mean, just I had like nothing to be able to just open with. Hanging around, as I can hear us say. As we got a jam here by Walter, a call by Luis, and look at this. Just like that, we got chips there in the middle. Second pair in a straight draw versus second pair in a straight draw, or bottom pair versus second pair, and Luis cashes in on the river. Bottom pair straight draw gets there with a straight 8 queen. Walter head jammed with second pair and a gutter ball here to attend. He does make 2 pair on the end, but Luis has knocked out Walter in 8th place. So we have 7th, 6th. So 2 more players need to bust before we're in the bubble, and sometimes we'll get to this point and they'll pay out 6. Nick from Yuma says, Mike, I'm a PLO player now, like you. Brutal. Well, it's a very enticing, magical game. You're running good. You feel like it's the best game ever. When you're running bad, you think that you must have been a dictator in your past life, and because it's some cruel twists in those games, man. A lot of fun when you're hitting low. Cole here with ace queen suited. And all right, rock and roll. Cole here with a raise up here to 18K. Scott will not defend. It's like, hey, I've got like sort of a hand here. So you guys have seen our payouts. If you are interested in playing a TCH live cash game, read the scroller on the bottom of your screen. It's words printed out there right now. You can read it left to right, and that will give you the information that you need to sign up for TCH Live. Email TCH Live list at Texas Card House or text that number there, 512-939-5364. Don't worry, the crawler is coming back. It'll be up there again. So just keep your eye on that bottom line. Matty J, 88, Chai got the yayo. Chi got the yayo. All right, that's how you say it. That's how you arrive in the chat. Make yourself an entrance there. All right, Albert opening here with King 10 suited. Blinds again now 4K and 8K with an 8K big blind, Annie. All right, a pot of about 64K. Luis here with ace jack again. He's just always got ace jack. How is this possible? Albert here with a straight draw. Luis here with middle pair. Albert here going to see bet now to 50K. This is a big bet. Even for the size of the stack. I like it here because it does put max pressure on Luis. That Albert could realistically have queen 10. He could have king queen. He could have ace queen. He could have a big pair in the spot. And he's going to get Luis to fold the better hand. It gets him to show it too. Danielle says Los Angeles card room. So yeah, I've heard some are opening outside. Sounds like a cool idea. So we've got blinds again, 4K, AK Eric, short stack. He is going to be under the gun, and then he will be the blinds. And ante. Live from the parking lot. Would they do a show out there? That seems like a lot of work to have to move all that equipment out there. It would be kind of a cool aesthetic, but I don't know what it'd be like in that area in Los Angeles. Yeah, it says no stream. Like, would be cool though. Yeah, that would be. That seemed like it would be impossible to do, but at least players can go out and play and hopefully do so safely. As a raise up here to 24K for Scott, as Luis had limped in the hijack and now is going to call. And here we go, Jack 4, so sevens and jacks here for Scotty Too Hottie. One of the Hardy Boys, or which one was that? That used to be like a tag team in WWE back in the day. The guy would do the worm. And we were all mesmerized by it. Like, look at this guy. He can do the worm. I don't know if Scott can, but he can bet the flop and pick it up with 2 pair, though. I think I got 1 dislike for that Scotty Too Hottie remark. I can't say I don't blame you. All right, so Albert here under the gun. He's got a short stack in the big blind, and he's got Queen Jack. I could probably see him making it like 22 or 23K here. Just slightly above a min raise. As we got Terry moving in there with King Queen suited. Here we go. Albert, probably it's going to be a little too much for him, I think, to call this spot. I think if Terry had less, he might be more incentivized to call. So at this point it is 74K. He's getting maybe like 2 to 1 or so, but it's a pretty decent percentage of his stack that Terry's pretty sound player that's not moving in with nothing there in the hijack. JTN 19.6. Ugh, just as the table is heating up, I need to take my dog for his walk. I took mine for his walk today, and you know what he did? He ran through mud for like 20 minutes. I could not get the guy back just to be like, hey, quit rolling around in the mud. So it was funny for like a minute, and then it's just kind of like, dude, come on. You're going to get like sick or get insects or bugs or something in you. So it was very funny, but it was just also agonizing because you want to go back and watch football. I had to hose him off too. Like it's. All right, we got to raise up here by the rain. The raise up here to 24K. Cole here with the button does have position. Not afraid to play a lot of different cards, but he does not like the Queen Jack here with the short stack. Waiting in the small blind to jam. So now Lorraine, it's like 39K more back. Like it's not. Would have actually had odds to call, but the stack's just not deep enough, I think, for her to feel really comfortable. All right, so Bob Sampson, turns out the Cowboys are awful. I don't know if I'd go that far. It's shore up some things on the defense and just have to create less pressure for your offense to have to win a shootout. Like, it's just a stop here and there makes such a big difference. So, hey, Cleveland's underrated. I think they're a better team than you think. I think the hype train came a little too early last year, and now that they've got a competent coaching staff in there that's maximizing the talent on this roster, it's not as bad of a loss as you think. All right, Queen Jack versus Queen Jack. We are going to get it probably in here at this point. Lorraine does have backdoor spades. Probably going to see a raise up here soon. Yep, there we go. All right, raise up here to 15K. This does give maybe Lorraine an opportunity to get Luis to fold out this hand.
Looking at the same stat line Dak Prescott has every week. 500 yards.
25K more here for Luis to call would put him at about 170K with a pot at just about that same amount. So this is kind of a like, okay, if you call here, are you going to just have to check fold if a spade comes? Does Lorraine have a set here? That's often, like a min raise in this spot is kind of scary because generally it signifies a lot of strength. Like there's very few bluffs in here that Luis's best hope is Lorraine has like a 10 jack. There, he's got to lay it down. Good bet. Good bet. All right, Movie Studio. How do the Lakers have 14 turnovers and only down by 4 points? Looks like they've shot a little bit better from 3. They're 8 of 21. Miami's about 5 of 15. Yeah, they're at about the same field goal percentage. So, like, if you're knocking out a couple extra threes, that's why the math has been so juked into the NBA that it's you have a lot of teams just taking a lot of high volume threes. So, keeps you in games, even if you're not playing real well. Which kind of dilutes the NBA to a degree. Oh, Tadpole says Longhorns. Frowny face. Yeah, that was not pretty yesterday either. I don't know. Well, I'll step back to that thought. We're gonna have a shove here by Eric to 103K. Jam all in pre Terry. It's just a good fold. It's too much for Ace 10 is usually crushed in this spot. Yeah, Longhorns, again, this is a weird college football year that it's, I don't know, there are people that don't really love Tom Herman. I think their defense has always kind of left you wanting a little bit more with the talent they have back there, but I don't know. Like, do you want to just keep recycling guys year after year and develop no continuity and then you have all these different philosophies or, yeah, Longhorns are a source of frustration, I think, for a lot of people here. That it's fun to root for them when they win. They're easy to kind of laugh at if they kind of falter, I think, for the casuals. Brian Marcourt said, "Go Chiefs!" So I'm glad they're playing the Chiefs-Pats game tomorrow. Yeah, it's going to be a cool doubleheader. Put on some TCH live with it. Watch it on your phone. Put it up on a tablet, a computer. While you got the game on, or hang out here at Texas Card House. Monday. 3-bet here to 60. Luis with kings. See if Cole makes a mistake here. As I think we've seen like three bets here. Cole is the only one to do it without a premium hand. He says, I'm so tilted, maybe I want to try to hit it, but he's not going to do it. Only words need to be said, Boomer Sooner. Boy, they look like crap as beaten by the Iowa State Cyclones. Take that, Oklahoma. Mark Court says Big 12 fan, but Kansas Jayhawks suck in football. You haven't had it since, what was it, Todd Meyer? Was that quarterback? It's a Lake Travis guy. Went up there to the University of Kansas with Mangino, the Mangenius. Or Todd Racing. Okay, I'm thinking of somebody else. Yeah, and Todd Racing there for the Kansas Jayhawks. They had a decent run back then. They made like the Orange Bowl. It's been pretty sad ever since. All right, here to Terry on the button. Chance to pick up some chips. Gonna raise. Scott will fold. Lorraine has a hand she can't defend with, but this is a pretty big price. Just made it like 3 or 4x. Yeah, made it 4x there on the button with ace-9 offsuit. And going to pick it up. Yeah. Oh, right. Tadpole says Herman disappointing. Yeah, I always had this diatribe that coaches get too much blame when things lose. There's not enough credit when they win. So it's, yeah, there's going to be a lot of finger pointing, but there's still a lot of season. Bob Sanson, I'm a Browns fan. We're not underrated. We've played 3 terrible teams and the Ravens. I don't know, man. They were expected to be a 10-12-1 team last year. I think we fell for the hype too early, and now we're underselling them here on the backside. Like, the Bengals are solid, Washington's solid. Like, they won, and they won by a convincing margin, and they played well today. So, you know, Colts are looking strong on the defensive side. Like, you look at down their schedule, like, this doesn't look bad for Cleveland. Not a lot of world beaters here on the schedule. Some really solid teams, but you're looking at the last month of the season where it's Ravens again. Look at Titans, Ravens, at Giants, at Jets, home versus the Steelers. Like, they're in a really good position to make the playoffs this year as Albert's going to pick up the pot and keep it going. One of the best basketball players to come out of Kansas, you know who it is? Not Danny, but Wilt came out of Oakland. My guess is Rafe LaFrentz. That's who it was. Greatest basketball player of all time. Paul Pierce, the truth. Jock Vaughn, Scott Pollard, Eric Chenoweth, Greg Ostertag. Kirk Heinrich, Nick Collison. We got Terry Raising here with some 10s up to 52K. Tadpole says Lorraine hates Jack 10. That's a tough spot. I mean, if you know Terry pretty well, choosing to defend at that sizing gets kind of rough. Oh, Wilt won to Kansas? Luis Rosario, how often do you guys stream? All right, so we stream Sunday for the $150 MegaStack Freezeout. So we do the final table each and every Sunday. Monday we do the 5-5, no limit hold'em cash game, uncapped. And then Thursday is our 1-3 match a stack. Probably by November we may launch TCH Live Dallas at that point, which we are looking for commentators in the Dallas area. So if you know somebody there that's either got a sports background or a poker background that really knows that player pool, you can also email that TCH Live list for some more information. We're going to streamline this process, but I'm putting feelers out there right now for the folks out there in Dallas that I can't necessarily be up there all the time. So it's got a door open there for you. Queens and deuces here on the board. Luis with Jack High. Going to win it here at Showdown. Women's Poker Association says, way to go, ladies. Take it down. Let's go. Oh, he played there for 2 seasons. Then I think that's when he went to University of San Francisco. Okay. All right, I got it. Will Spillman says, how much is the prize? Again, it's $2,400 there for first, $1,500 for second, $990 for third, $660 for fourth, and $540 for fifth. Somebody asking on the table how I'm doing here. That's awfully considerate of the players on the table. All right, we got Eric here with a jam, so that's funny. I can kind of hear the table. I don't know if you can, but I said, they're like, what in the world is Mike talking about here? This probably hasn't been too compelling, but here we got a moment. An all-in moment, if you will. As Lorraine had opened here to 25K, we got a shove by Eric. And here on the bubble, not going to jeopardize her stack. As we'll fold out the ace-queen. On the tighter side, but I think not a bad fold in that spot. But, okay, third is 900, not 990. I apologize. Cool, we have Gary C here. My night's complete. Moose Duty, dial-up internet still. Yahoo, Twitch, Facebook, you troll them all. Welcome, Luis. Again, we're gonna have an announcement on TCH Dallas soon, so tune in tomorrow night. More details. We're getting closer here, guys. Get excited up there in Dallas. Join the text list 21000 by texting TCH Dallas to that number. We got a call here by Albert, the big Eagles fan. Ray Dalton, how many entries into the tournament? 39. 39 entries here. All right, Jack. Does anybody have anything? Nope, not a darn thing on this. Lorraine is just going to try to steal this. And is Albert going to be pushed around? I don't know. Nope. Everybody's going to fold out there. Lorraine, great timing yet again, as Terry going to show the 7-deuce. Been really card dead here. And Lorraine has been picking off all these small pots, kind of staying around the same chip position. Doing well, though. Staying afloat as we're down to our last 7 top 5 pay. So it's probably a good time to do, okay, press 1 for Cole, 2 for Eric, 3 for Albert, 4 for Luis, 5 for Terry, 6, 7 for Lorraine. I want to know, have you ever seen Lorraine? All right, press 7 for Lorraine, 6 for Scott, 5 for Terry, 4 for Luis, 3 for Albert, 2 for Eric, and 1 for Cole. This is your pick to win it. Your pick to click here tonight on TCH Live. All right, well, we had Eric raise here in the hijacks. Scotty Tuhati going to 3-bet here to 70K. And he's going to get Eric to fold out there. Big Tex Nick, what was the buy-in? $150, sir. $150 plus 20 plus $10 dealer appreciation. All right, so we've got votes coming on in. Nobody voting for the professor, it appears. We don't have Alan in the chat, who usually just votes for the professor, even if he's not on it. Luis says, I'd love to play here, man. I'm moving to California. Going to experience the LA poker scene soon. The LA poker scene is cool, man. That's probably not what people talk like, but the Texas poker scene seems tons more fun. You know what? Never been out there to LA. I probably think this is more badass. Especially for the cost, too. Again, with time break here in Texas, a much better deal, I think, than the rake and the drop, as Bart has talked about in the past. So, yeah, but a pretty good scene of games. It's kind of like my California impression needs some work. All right, aces. Oh, my God, Terry's got aces, and he's got top set. And we got Scott here with backdoor diamonds and a straight draw. Terry here with top set. My joke about California, I have completely missed the boat here. He's going to get Scott the lead at it. Lorraine now trying to figure out, is this something that she can call and bluff on a later street? Oh, no, she's going to be the one to try to pop it up here. A min-raise back here to Scott, who she's correctly assumed has had kind of a weak lead at it. Lorraine just assuming that if you're going to lead in that spot, you didn't raise pre-flop. Like, there's no way you have an ace there. And Terry here with top set is going to go ahead and move it in. I think probably assuming maybe that one of these players is stronger than what they are, but next, and what's this? Well, what she's doing is raising the fact that she probably assumes Scott can't have a really strong hand to lead into with a limp to pot pre-flop and first act out of the small blind. So, and Terry's going to flip over the ace. Try to get tricky with it and wind up getting a little extra out of it. Who knows the hat she raised. Not been able to pot build from there. So now she's at 208K. Lorraine is down here at the smaller side of things, 16. Eric at 16. Let's go. So we've got our picks. Ray Dalton, he's gambling on the chop. He says he's not gonna pick a winner, predicting a chop. Again, press 1 for Cole, 2 for Eric, 3 for Albert, 4 for Luis. Press 5 for Terry, 6 for Scott, and 7 for Lorraine. We do this just like we do the Teen Choice Awards. You enter in the number. Remember, you used to have to like call into that. Like you could just be like voting by phone, like that in American Idol and all that. All right, Lorraine here going to lead with second pair. Cole has got a weak king. Luis has got squat douche. Press foot 8 for dunks. That's cool too. So it's Nick from Yuma. Cole going to pick it up here as this has not been our conventional final table by any stretch of imagination. All right. Again, it's like 5K, 10K, 10K big blind Annie. 300 live viewers now. Make sure to hit that like button. If you're just tuning in, welcome anybody here from the Women's Poker Association. Terry, an active member. I think Lorraine as well. If you'd like to check out our stream, make sure to click subscribe. At stuck about 10,600 subscribers, but still continuing to grow each and every show. All right, here we go. Eric in a jam here. We've got a chance for a real coin flip, and pretty much going to assume Cole, if he hasn't called yet already, is going to get those chippies in the middle, chance to knock out a player. Don't know what he's waiting for. All right, coin flip, ace-king versus tens. Devon Williams, say good evening, chat pros, and Mike. What's up, man? 10's looking all right. 10's hanging on. 10's hanging on. Got Dodger ace or king, and then it's a niner here on the end. Eric here now with 270K. Cole going to be down to 98K, so just under 10 big blinds. But he is going to have the button here after we count this out. So Eric is going to be at 270Ks. Boy, we haven't gotten a player eliminated in a while. We've gotten close. Had players all in for all their chips. Miami up 68-54 right now here with 7 minutes 54 in the third. Lakers down 14, but still plenty of time to operate. Eagles leading 8-7 right now with 11:27 left in the second. Carson Wentz on the board with a 11-yard rush. And a 2-point conversion attempt was good here to Zach Ertz. Then Brandon Ayuk, the rookie out of Arizona State. The Niners traded up for here. Gets his opportunity and gets him with a 38-yard rush. 21 seconds remaining there in the first quarter. That had to be a highlight there. So probably a reverse like we saw with Odell Beckham Jr. that was crushing it today. 3 touchdowns. A long rushing touchdown. Productive day up in the air as, again, we count out the chips and get that over there to Eric. Sorry to pour salt in the wounds of the Cowboys. I'm a believer. I think this is not bad Browns news. Not a bad Browns team. Let's see. Cole can only survive 4 orbits. Dead zone. All right, 5K, 10K. So again, you can see that screen, the crawl on the bottom of your screen. That information is signing up to get on the list to play on TCH Live. Again, contact that info if you want to get on the list for future games. Back here to the blinds, Jack 4 versus Deuces. Albert here with 36 bigs. Eric with 26 bigs. So decent chip position for both these players. After Eric doubling up here with the 10s. All right, so as Albert misses on this, Eric here with top pair. Time to bet, Eric. There you go. Brian Marker says, won my first online tourney last night. $3 buy-in, won $560. That's a hell of a return on investment, man. Good way to learn. All right, again, we continue here on TCH Live. My name is Mike Campbell. We got super producer Carolyn running the controls, as always. And we've had a pretty nice, tight, and snug tournament final table. Welcome back, Carolyn, to Tournament Sundays. Missed the opportunity when we had the chop last week. We had the chop and the tournament ended at like an hour and a half. It was unprecedented. I couldn't believe it. I thought I was in a mirage or something. They spiked the airwaves with something here at TCH that didn't happen. All right, raise up here to 25K. We got a call here to 25K here by Eric on the button. Middle pair straight draw. Check and check. Eric will check back here. And make it in 3 kings. Scott Nuke not quick to jump on this. Eric wondering now if it's time to get a little value out of his hand. Fortunately, this is just a board that, even in his wildest dreams, not going to be the best situation. Eugene Green can't stop the run, can't hold a receiver. I think he's probably referring to the Cowboys. That would be my guess. Well, we're at Panic Sunday for some teams. Texans are 0-4. They still look kind of weird and discombobulated. It's the strangest team always per year that just like they can make the playoffs and look kind of good. They got Sean Watson. They got a decent receiving core, but boy, they've really hurt without Hopkins this year. What are odds Heat lose? They were up 14, now 6 with 5 minutes left. I'm not sure what the odds are. I'm sure the live odds are still. I don't know if anybody psychopath that bets live betting here on sports. Terry here going to show you the 3 deuce high. As we keep it rocking, rolling. Hopefully you're not trolling here on TCH Live. You will have Bart Hansen in the house Monday tomorrow. He will be here for commentary on here for this program, and then we are back to. Then Thursday I will be on the stream playing in the 1-3 no limit game. Steam Dola is going to be on it. I think J-Stack is going to be on it. I'm trying to remember the rest of the lineup of potential players that we'll have for it. So it should be a good show. I'm going to try not to look stupid. That's my biggest goal, is just to not look dumb. I mean, I do it most every show. I don't need to do it when there's money involved. All right, Matt Benjamin, how long are the blind levels? It's a 25-minute level tournament. As we're going to see Ace-Jack versus Ace-Jack. Diamonds or clubs. Live here for Eric. Hearts here for Lorraine. And no, we're going to get nothing. It's going to be a pure chop. Baruskis. Gary C. Mike Finna crushed souls on 1-3. What is with this Finna thing? I've not understood that for the last like 5 years. It's become a thing. Heat will win. Got to stretch out the series a little for TV. Like, I think that's just natural competitiveness. That it's like the team that gets down 2-0 plays a little bit more desperate. The team that gets up 2-0, maybe there's just not that sense of urgency that you have when you get up. Like, you're just. Like, I don't think Miami's that bad that they can't at least win 1 or 2 games out of the series. And the Lakers are that strong that it's supposed to be a sweep. Like, I don't think that's like a premeditated kind of deal. Like, it's just how these series go, man. No caps is Moose Duty. That's very funny. All right, Luis pops it up here, and we'll get no action. It's like, me out on a Friday night. Gonna get no action. COVID is driving me nuts, man. All right, 4, 5K, 10K, 10K big blind ante. Follow us on Instagram at tch.atx, tch.dallas, tch.htx, tch.rgv. You can also check out our at Texas Card House main account on Twitter and Instagram, Facebook also. If you haven't already deleted your uncles and your weird relatives for their... I'll tell you how I'd run things in politics. Every day on that site. All right, Lorraine, small blind, big blind, boom, goes the dynamite for Cole as he puts it all in. As I'm going to color up some of the yellers here on the table. Again, hit that like button, click subscribe. We got like 350-ish watching right now. Not bad for a Sunday. Albert here with a couple of Houston Rockets, a couple of aces. The Harden and Westbrook. A couple of ones. Some money makers, some AA runs, if you will. So Luis now here with facing a 3x raise of blinds, 5K, 10K. Going to fold the king jack offsuit. Cole here with queen 10. He's kind of snuggled here in the small blind, and Eric with no hand. Payouts, says Heart P. Let's see if it's up here on the screen in a second. If not, I'll share them with you. How about that? Yeah, and we do. I know it's 2,400 here for first, second 1,500, third 900, fourth 660, fifth 540. Yeah, it'll be up there right on the screen. Top 7 remaining. This will color up some of the yellers, give you some 25K chips. Tillman was the first to go. I think Tillman might actually be on that table too on Thursday, from what I understand. All right, Luis limping here with ace deuce. All right, Albert going to check the 8-5. Bottom pair for Luis. Albert here with just 8 high. There's been a lot of like hands blind versus limper that has been kind of just like, I feel for you, the viewer, has not been probably like the most riveting final table. But here we are. We're hanging around. We're going to get some action here soon. We're working on it, Gary. This is ever bigger, weekly or monthly. You guys would, yeah, we're evaluating all our options as to what to kind of best do for the tournament scene here at Texas Card House. I imagine once we get into Dallas as well that might be more of a thing. Yeah, we haven't really nailed down what the schedule is going to be for TCH Dallas, but certainly when we've got the capacities open, that I think we're going to be in place to have a bigger tournament final table, a big event or anything. But we're not going away anytime soon, so it's... Yeah, Eric had raised Lorraine in the hijack with limp for 10K. And Eric is going to pick up the pot. D's Law 7, where are you located? This here is in North Austin, Northwest Austin, off of Research Boulevard in Anderson Mill. Can search for us by Texas Card House. Darren B, when is Dallas supposed to open? Soon. We will have like a formal announcement when it's 7 to 10 days prior to the open. We may have some more details here on TCH Live tomorrow. So stay tuned. Bart Hanson will be filling in as host from Crushed Live Poker. Otherwise, subscribe to the TCH text list, TCH Dallas to 21000. Nick from Yuma, getting that reference. Eric is a bad, bad man. Eric is pregnant. He's going to be a soccer player. The great Billy Madison. All right, as Albert raised it up. All right, 340 plus live viewers. Make sure to hit that like button and click subscribe if this is your first time here to the channel. Again, stream Sunday, Mondays, and Thursdays. We're always here for your pleasure here on TCH Live, your enjoyment. Trip your poker trigger, tournaments, cash, bigger games. I'm hoping like once a month we can do like a 10-20 no limit, and I think we might be aiming towards that. That's kind of on my goal list to try to organize. Maybe still do the pod limit Omaha once a month. Like hey, we appreciate any of y'all's feedback too. It's the things you like to see here on the stream. That's why I encourage you to leave a comment here if you're watching on the archive or after this broadcast is complete. Hector Hernandez, did you have a TCH in Houston? Yes, we still do. Yeah, it's a TCH Spring. I don't know if we'll... I think there's a hope one day maybe we can have an RFID table, but they... that you can kind of stream special events and things of that nature. Thanks to Nick from Yuma just answering the question. Harpy, how far will you be from the Dallas strip clubs? Got to make sure my winnings are used wisely. Hey, if you want to go map this out with me, like we can figure it out. Like we can just get together. If you're going to cover the tab, if you'd be like, I won't go and, maybe, I don't know. I actually have no idea. It seems like an odd time to be in one of those kind of establishments. At Darren B. trolling. I think that might be the other Darren B that I know. Bob recommending you use goggles to search. Demond Williams is the Texas State Championship at the final table televised on TCH Live. That's another dream of mine to have the battle for Texas. Like you can get like a real one. Nick from Yuma, I remember using maps to drive across states. Because you actually had to think. All right, so Cole's got fives. Terry had made a pretty sizable raise, like 4x pre-flop here with ace-6 suited. Does not realize now it's a total coin flip here. And a better position because, yeah, Cole can make this with any king-x mid-pair. So decision back to her, 78K more. After the jam here by Cole, it's just committed 40K, so it's just like you kind of priced yourself in to have to gamble here, even though it is a less than ideal spot. I mean, folding's not bad, but it's just more of like, if you're going to fold to a raise of this amount, like, I would like a 25K or a 30K raise on the spot, and I think it's just as effective. So this is a tough spot here for Terry. It's... Terry's going to put it in. Better spot than she thinks. Ace-6 suited versus fives. All right, off we go here. Ace and a 6. And ace is full here for Terry, so she's going to double up. And she has knocked out Cole of this tournament. He is going to finish in 7th. So now we are down to the final 6. Terry cruising here has won the flip. A special skill that it takes here deep in tournaments. Certainly don't blame the fold there by Cole, but I think Cole has to understand, like, almost though if she's made it 40K, like she's pretty much committed to the pot. So it's Nick from Yuma also saying, like, okay, that was. Remember using maps to drive across the state. I just remember having to print things up on MapQuest and then print the little map with the outline of your path, depending on where you were going. That was weird timing. Otherwise, a map like that took a special skill. And it's always partially torn somewhere if you used it a bunch. Looks like we got a blind level jump to 6,000, 12,000. Ali not liking the call. Bad decision got rewarded. Again, it's just enough about the pot number that it's just like when you make it 40K and then it's like 80K back in there. So it's what, like 78K to call into a pot that would become, that's what, like 2.5 to 1 at that point with ace-6 off, with ace-6 suited. Albert here with some kings. Going to get no action here on the bubble. Talking about fish here. Jellyfish and things that to do with the sting. I think like that's an urban myth too. Lorraine here is with 4 big blinds, so otherwise looking up at a bunch of stacks greater. Pot committed, says Benny Kirk. That's correct. Howdy, y'all. This is Jedi Master Ted. La vida del Ronin de los okay, I'm just out of interest in making sure I don't say anything ridiculous. No, if I conozco. Por favor, inglés. These laws says bad re-raise all in with 5s, in my opinion. Yeah, it's just kind of like you've put yourself in a position that this is the only way the hand can go down. Terry commits a lot pre-flop, and Cole is maybe gambling that she still has a fan that. What, Luis? What are you doing there? You got pocket 7s, 6-handed. What? Lorraine is going to jam here at 42K. What's going on, Misadventures of Mark Wolverine Payne? Albert is going to try to call here. It's like, okay, Lorraine's got, like, nothing. Like, maybe I got 2 live cards. Wait, it looks like his cards are 8s, though. I think we had the hands backwards. Okay, there we go. We got to change. Ah, yeah, so it's to change the seats and all that. Okay. 8s. Oh, an 8 there in the window there for Albert. Big Al. King here peels off on the turn. A 4-ball on the riv. Set of 8s for Albert. Lorraine has been knocked out in 6th. Oh, okay, so that if that meant that. So that probably didn't mean Luis had 7s. He must have had a different hand then if that's what. Yeah, he did not have 7s there, apparently. Like, I think you're going to have. So it would have been Terry that technically had 7s there. But we're just saying it would not have been the winner. So Albert smashed a set of 8s. Like, you should be smashing that like button right now. Click subscribe. Turn on notifications. Get ready for 5-5 No Limit with great Bart Hanson. Bart Hanson's coming out of the barn to come out and give you guys a show. You should be grateful for it. Gather all your barnyard. No, this is going to go too far. Giddy up Youngblood here in the booth. Here on TCH Live. Hop along. All right, Eric gonna raise here on the button. Luis here with Queen 10. Will not to defend as let's say 4x. Just above 3x raised by Eric. Sean Carlisle updates on TCH Dallas. Tune in tomorrow. That's all I'll say. We're getting closer. We are getting closer, so follow us on social media, tch.dallas. Join the text list by texting TCH Dallas 21000. All right. About that time here in the broadcast to let us know where you're tuning in all around the world and in our backyard. Drop us a line here in the chat. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Raise up here by Scott. Scott is going to get no post-flop action. Sean Carlisle, awesome. Can't wait. I'm a few whip blocks from the location. I feel like once we get, okay, so we did pay out 6 there, so Lorraine does get 200 to take a little bit off of the prize pool from everybody. Yeah, I hope to be like there at Dallas at some point just to, you know, hey, make appearances, kiss babies, shake hands, high five, just be kind of the face of TCH there at Dallas for everybody. Put a name to a face. We'll see what happens. It's going to be a fantastic time there as we break into the Dallas market. Eric going to raise here to 36K. It's been, you know, we're all ready for it. We're ready to go. I think we're all excited, so we hope to be seeing all your smiling faces. We are looking for commentators in the Dallas area as well. Right now, Scott looking for some folds or a bad push here as he 3-bets to 112K with pocket nines. All right, so we got Benny Kirk for Oklahoma checking in. That's Scott going to pick out the pots. JT out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Chuck C out Tennessee. Sorry, I still love that accent. Mike, did you get your shirt from Carolyn? Yes, I did. I got my ATX poker shirt. Benny Kirk says first time watching the stream. Very enjoyable. All right, I appreciate you. Make sure to click subscribe. Alan says he bubbled in my tournament. That's no good. We're going to have a dealer change, so we'll have a fresh deck out here for the tournament final table. We have to kind of spread this out into 2 different little spreads. So again, make sure to click the like button, click subscribe, share this out there with the folks. Follow us here on our social media to tch.etx, tch.dallas, tch.htx, tch.rgv, or at Texas Card House. Our main account is, all right, we go back here to blind 6K, 12K. Lakers now taking their first lead, looks like here in Game 3 of the NBA Finals. Just pulling ahead 91-89 as Rajon Rondo with a kiss off the glass. Little up and under, little finger roll. A little I've been here before. Now the Lakers lead here in Game 3. Sergio. Do you know Sergio? Says this live or premiere? This is live with a like 10 to 15 minute delay. We go 6K, 12K. Jedi Master Ted checking in from Earth. Robert M. checking in from Arizona. Thanks for the great stream. Hey, thanks for the nice words. Appreciate you like you appreciate us each and every day. What? Is that you, Mike? Says Mark Payne. Yes, it is. It is Mike Youngblood, the AKA the dude talking, AKA announcer man. You got it, Sergio. No replays happening here. We wouldn't peddle that past you. Put on a replay of one of these tournament final tables. We just re-record the audio or something. Eric, I'm going to go blind versus blind. Albert actually not electing to defend with ace-4 is a little surprising, but your five-handed bubble. Alan Piscatella says, how about them brownies? I'm a believer. There's another guy in the chat here that's a Browns fan that's just not buying it yet. Just didn't wake up this morning feeling dangerous like Baker, like our guy. Come on. Ethan, the biggest supporter of the channel, says 56 likes, now 57. Well, pal, it's 59. 59 right there. Boom. All right, so Albert here with ace-2 suited. Luis, the big blind with queen-7 off. All right, I think now that we're within the bubble, maybe we'll start to see some more risky plays. And a raise, and going to pick up the 24K and blondes and annies. Well, I wonder if is Terry writing down something here? Maybe some potential payouts. I'm not sure. 59 is more points than the Cowboys gave up. Boy, that's Alan coming in hot here in the chat. 66 likes. You guys are the best and brightest of all the poker audiences that have ever existed. You guys really nuts. All right, Eric here with ace-5 off suit in the cutoff. Raising on up here to 30. Albert here with the jack-7. Says, no way, Jose. Terry will fold to 10-7. Luis going to call here out of the small blind. Not much left back. Just above a pot-sized bet if he connects with his flop. He misses it as much as you could possibly miss it here in this spot, and we'll check fold. Mark saying watching while I live stream. I think he does some Twitch stuff, some gaming stuff. Ethan says watch the Thursday broadcast last night. Very entertaining the whole way through. We had Aaron. I always have fun when we have Aaron in the booth, so we had a pretty good game for the most part. Like, our Thursdays have been really good. I'm going to be playing this coming Thursday. Bart's going to be hosting on Monday, and then I think we'll have Aaron, either Mike Major or Mike Eli. There's going to be a mic here at somewhere. There's 3 mics you could possibly have in the booth here this coming Thursday. It'll either be me, it'll either be Eli, or it'll be Major. The probabilities are off the chart that there will be a mic on the broadcast here on Thursday. Raise up here by Eric, who's all of a sudden turned into the most aggro player here on the table. And he is reaping the rewards of it as he's now up to 465K. All right, get our payouts here. 5th for 500, 4th 620, 3rd 860, 2nd 1,460, and 1st $2,360. JTN says Mike Major is a true smartass. Get him to Austin. I like Mike, especially when we compare him with somebody. I think like me and Bart are the ones that can really do it by ourselves. because Bart comes from that coaching background, and I think there are guys that it's just like they're solid when it's by themselves, but it's really this is so much easier to do when you've got somebody to banter with. And Mike Manager rocks when he's got somebody to banter with. All right, we've got a shove here by Luis. We got Eric here with the 10-9 off suit in the big blind. Standard shove by Luis. Too much for Eric to call, which would be roughly about a fourth of his stack if you wanted to gamble with. Howdy, says Michael Sanchez. Great broadcast. Watching. Prepping myself my first live tourney in Houston. GL. Good luck, good luck. Yeah, this is a tournament final table. Like, it's, once you get to this, it's always just about your stack size relative to the blinds. Dictates kind of how you play. And that's... So these are always really good to watch, just trying to understand what the end game can be like. It's a little unconventional in that, I mean, once we get to, usually, I think in the bigger tournaments, if you're at the final table, you've already got a guaranteed pay spot. But as we see here, around the bubble is really tight. And now it's starting to get a little more loosened up as Scott makes a 30K. Eric going to call. No, Eric's going to 3-bet here with sevens. Rip it in there, Scotty. Rip it in. And we're going to get a quick call. Scotty too hotty in there with the ace-queen. He's going to do the worm if he hits this flop. So we got a flip. All right, ace-queen, and he hits it. Hits it with the ace. 9 here on the turn. Eric's going to need a 7. He will not connect. And that is one of our biggest pots of the tournament. Scott now going to be up to 572,000 in tournament chips. Eric whittled down here to 1,670. So he's not, I mean, he's probably just above 10 big blinds, or like 10, 11, 12, somewhere in there. So again, here at Texas Card House, got our early bird discount. Check in before 1 p.m. at 25% off. Night owl discount if you check out after 1 a.m. And both discounts that if you get 50% off if you do both consecutively here at Texas Card House in Austin. So have a refer a friend promo where if you refer a new member, you can get yourself $30 reward time added, and the new player gets a free monthly membership just for signing up at Texas Card House. It's a pretty good deal. You know a friend that plays. Annoyed by being in the house all the time. Say, hey, pal, bring your mask. Make a refer a friend bonus. Let's help each other out here. Ethan, does Austin do a tournament of champions like Houston? We do not. I think a little different format as far as, like, I think Houston has a lot of non-free roll tournaments that they can kind of put all that stuff together. It is a really cool concept, though. Albert here in the small blind. Limp trap, Albert. Wait for him to jam. But he's going to go ahead and play his hand straight forward. And he will get Luis to fold on out. Took a little breather there. All right. So we got Jedi Master. I'm just going to throw this out there, but Aaron was born to do poker commentary, and I'm just going to start referring to him as Aaron Bullets McAvoy since, AA and all. Well, I think he was born for, like, nuclear energy and science and stuff, but this was a nice calling as well. Aaron's done a terrific job with commentary here on our side of things. Scott picking up some monsters, this tadpole. All right, so we've got Luis jamming here with ace-9 after Albert raised. Time might be up here for Luis, who's been trying to get his chips back up. Not necessarily an easy decision here for Albert, but I think once you get 5-handed, there's just way more random hands that you can get in. That you can have totally dominated, which he does. Luis's hand is suited, and he's going to flop a 9. He's going to flop a 9. That's bad news for our guy Albert, the people's champion. Albert Everyman is going to find out here that he's gotten 3 out it. 9s and deuces there for Luis. So now that kind of evens up the chip stacks there between second and third. Terry a short stack with 16 bigs, Eric with 13. All right, so we will continue here. 6K and 12K. Ethan says, good, but it's got to be tough to carry 4 hours by yourself. Yeah, I mean, it is really difficult to do, especially mistake-free. Like, you can do it, but if you're going to mess up, like, 10% of the hands or not do any promotions or, misspeak or get on tilt or... Yeah, it's a great deal of difficulty in this job compared to, I think, a lot of other commentary rules where it's like, all right, let's go to commercial. And, this is 4 hours nonstop. They're right there in the hot seat. So, I'm never going to be out here to criticize anybody because of the fact that it's not conventional. All right, Terry here with top pair. Going to go ahead and c-bet after Eric check folds. It's, I really wish I had, like, Bart's total knowledge, I think, as far as his experience as a cash player. But, yeah, I've been a sportscaster. I've done all this, a comedian. Like, a lot of different rules that... And a familiarity here with the local area, too. So it's kind of a perfect storm as to how I just sort of wound up in this role that I think I've outperformed expectations by 1,000, I think. Just by, you just find somebody who's a dealer, throw them on the microphone, and it's like, okay, hey, this is not bad. This guy's not an idiot. Scott here going to the raise here on the button. We got a jam here by Eric out of the small blind. Albert with queen 5 high. He's got nothing. He's got no hope. Albert's going to get out. Let's see. So probably too expensive here for Scott. It just made it 30K. It's 95K more on top of that. And he will fold out. Oh, dang, is Stapes announcing this? I love Joey Stapes. I've known Joey Stapes for a long time, but that's not me, pal. Big fan of Stapes, though. I used to listen to that Two Jackson, the whole podcast. Like, Joey's been in around the poker scene for quite a long time, so it's like working on the podcast and a thing called The Circuit back in, like, 2005. 2006, 2007, when it became kind of the poker road with Geralibus Vulgaris, Joe Seabach. I mean, rest in peace, Gavin Smith, by the way. So it's I would always love to meet that guy because he's a hilarious dude and a really good comedian and knows what he's doing on the poker side of things. All right, Scott's going to get no action here. Ace Jack off suit. Jimmy Bucket's really doing work here tonight for Miami. He's ISO'd here, shot fakes Kuzma right to the dish and fouled. Here from the far side baseline corner. Just absolutely smoked by LeBron at the rim. Jimmy Bucket's going to be going here for 2. Free throws. Heat trying to close that 2-0 gap. 2-1. Yeah, LeBron got it pretty good here. Butler kind of leaned into it, but come on, LeBron, that's a foul. All right, we got an open here by Scott with some queens. Eric here with some ace-king. We're going to get at the matchup you always dream of. Duke Carolina of poker hands. Queens versus ace-king. Let's see, here we go. Ace-king versus queens. We'll count out the chips. We'll see Eric has got less than Scott. Scott, if he does not win this, will have $393K. Right now, looking good. One diamond there in the window. Still good. Queen still lead and fades the ace or king on the river. Eric has been eliminated. Can't fault him for going in as he will pick up his place card. And we have knocked out a player. Iowa Lizards says NBA sucks. Well, yeah, it's all relative. You like what you like. If you don't like it, that's good for you. Let's see. 4 players left here. Blinds now 8K, 16K. 16K, big lot, Annie. Trying to figure out what that. There it is. I don't know if we're at an even enough chip stack count that you can ask for a chop here 4 ways. What's going on, V? Chat Legend V, always here. Sergio Lambs. Sergio. You know Sergio? Wasn't that like a Heineken commercial? You know Sergio. I was obsessed with that commercial when I was in high school, I think. All right, 8K, 16K, 16K, big blind Annie. And we got Big Al, some big aces. Luis still here in the mix, but the Randy Moss will fold. And we'll get no action, though. Poor Albert. Picked up a big hand. Nobody wants to play with him. Let's see. Chop last week. We need a champ. That's right. All right. After this, where we go? We're going to go, looks like 10, 20. 10K, 20K. Kind of there. Then you're starting to get into the short stacks aren't just going to be able to last very long. Yeah, I saw that V. Looks like there's a new lawsuit pending by Mike Postle. We got a Terry raise up here to 45K. Albert here with a 9 Dewey. Yeah, and that's why I've always tried to be as cautious as possible about talking about the situation. That they are allegations. They have not been proven in a court of law. So anything that we talk in terms of that is in terms of allegations. So I at least want to make sure our audience understands that, and that's really, I think, kind of what the crux of what it's about is. I don't know how much I want to discuss on the air with it, except it's just like, boy, it's. Why can't we all just get along? Wishful thinking, right? All right, so again here, 8K, 16K, effectively 40K right there in the middle to be picked up by the under the gun or the button. As our guy Bert working up on our chip counts. Here to do some color ups, get some of those 25K chips out there. Terry, John Beatty asking, what is Terry writing down? I think projecting some of the payout numbers for when we. If you're not watching live right now and asking that, I'm assuming that's when we were at the point we had 5 or 6 players and was calculating the 5th payout. So we had Scott Rays. Doesn't look like, okay, so we don't have any 1Ks back, so we'll try to get changed there for Luis. Ernesto says this is the way. That's my boy Ernesto right there. Hey, if you haven't hit the like yet, we're at 400 live viewers. Silver-eyed J-Pump. That's a new one. All right, best to just get along and not get to. Mike, who is your pick tonight? I was rooting for Terry, like that's who like I'm rooting for, but or otherwise I'm rooting for Albert. But I think Scott's got it. Scott's as experienced as anybody on this. In fact, I think Scott played on the last TCH live stream that was a 5-5 before we shut down for coronavirus. It was a very, like, 7 or 8-handed game. I think it was, like, him, Mike Eli. Oh, there was somebody. Maybe Samir played it. Sammy. Sammy probably played that one, if I recall. So, yeah, with the benefit of the information of the stack, like, your pick's got to be Scott, or else you're just being silly if you pick anybody but Scott right now with his chip stack. All right, don't forget to hit that like button. Smash it. Attack the like. All right, Miami up 112-102. Minute left. That's probably should cap it. They're at least going to get a game out of this series, so. I can probably turn this thing off, but we'll go 8K, 16K again. Next level jump up is 1020. 10K, 20K with a 20K big blind ante. So effectively, currently we have 40K in the middle. Then it's going to go up to 50K, and then you're talking a lot of blinds and antes moving quickly each and every orbit. So this should pick up the pace here a little bit. Here on the tournament final table here on TCH Live. Again, tomorrow, 5-5 no limit with Bart Hansen. Then I'm playing Thursday. So we'll either have Mike Major or Mike Eli joining Aaron, Analyst Wizard, Super Scientist. And, yeah, overall, good dude. Ethan saying the first place payout makes it hard to chop. Yep, that is correct. I mean, if I'm Scott, I'm like, okay, I'm taking first place money. You guys can figure out the rest. But I am not surrendering. Right now, he's going to be in a tough spot. He's got Albert in the small blind. It's all in Albert. Maybe that's his new nickname, all in Albert. And he's got the jam all in here for 280K. Now, Scott has to figure out, is Albert doing this with a King X or a small pair or something that he can flip with? And the answer is a resounding no. He will not give away his chips. What's going on, Big Daddy Chaz? Chaz saying, what's up, boys? The Big Daddy. TCH Live legend. Sorry, so we need some change here change it on up. I hope you guys are doing well. You're having a great weekend. You enjoyed your NFL Sunday. Leads into NFL Monday. Which leads into High Hand Tuesday and Thursday. Qualify for the High Hand Jackpot here at Texas Card House Tuesdays and Thursdays from 4 p.m. to 12 a.m. High Hand Jackpot currently at $529. So if you come out here, play cash Tuesday, Thursdays. Here at Texas Card House. Ed Barrage, Aaron, and you did a great job commentating. Yeah, we got good chemistry. Like, he's a smart dude, so it's like I kind of can set him up to knock him down. And I'm in a really good groove broadcasting-wise. Got a couple of big ones this week on the sports side of things. Did the drunkest sportscast of my life on Friday. It's the most fun I've ever had in my life. Absolutely hammered, calling volleyball from home. The greatest broadcast nobody will ever hear because it was private. All right, we got Luis jamming with Ace Jack. Again, Scott here in commanding position right now, looking at either Luis or Terry or Albert to thin the herd here at this point. And ATX Poker says, whoever set you and Aaron up is a genius. That is. Thanks, brothers. Chaz was an entertaining stream. Yeah, it was. I think we will certainly have the Big Daddy Chaz along in our Monday games. So, again, as you see there, players interested in signing up for our list. I mean, we certainly want to keep the players that I think are great for the stream involved and give opportunities for other players who have performed on here and have been terrific and are really entertaining. And shots for other players that get kind of in the mix. So we keep bringing you awesome, fantastic programming, keep offering great games here at Texas Card House. Chaz says, played poker in Denver for the first time this week, $100 max bet, not very fun. Yeah, that does not sound very Big Daddy Chaz-like. If you can't put the heat on, we got a jam here by Luis. And Albert here with 9 deuce off. Ernesto says, Youngblood voice, saintly. ATX Pokers has just got done with the park and now logged in and listening. Having drinks out there with Aaron. Four-handed here is, again, next level jump going to be 10K, 20K. So it's kind of like spread limit is what you're saying, Chaz. Still, yeah, it's kind of seems ridiculous. And it folds all around. It's been a lot of this here in this game that it's a lot of pre-flop raising and then it just goes unopposed. So appreciate y'all tuning on in here tonight. Make sure to click subscribe if you have not yet. Turn on notifications. That way you get a little extra something special on your screen that tells you that we are on, we are active, we are ready to go here. Right now, the Eagles with like a couple of the JV college players at wide receiver and on their roster. Is Terry going to get a walk there in the big blind? Hanging on in there with them San Francisco 49ers. ETX poker to the shirt fit. I haven't tried it because I had to jump right into the booth, so I've not. It smells kind of like a weird, it smells like glue. I'm probably gonna have to wash it because I'm like, what do they do? Why do they? I don't know, but it looks spiffy though. It's just one of those that it looks like it's going to fit me just fine. Was like XL. Yeah, I need to stop eating burritos. Fitting in too comfortably with these, but good shirt there, ATX Poker. Albert here with some sixes. And Scott will not defend out of the big blind. So I think Scott not wanting to have to play anything too big post flop when kind of surprised by that. That could be a spot he can defend, but he's up against one player that could really do some damage to his stack. But NBC. Let's see here. All right, four-handed poker continues here on TCH Live, the final table of our $150 MegaStack Freezeout 6K guaranteed prize pool. 420 live viewers. Chas says, I haven't pulled off a really big bluff on the stream recently. Kind of disappointed in myself. Yeah, Chas, like, what are you doing, man? Why are you even here if you're not even pulling off big bluffs? Shame. Shame, my friend. Can't believe it. You did have a really funny, like, moment when you were looking up directly at the camera. I think it was, like, 2 weeks ago. Only I could hear you, though, as Chaz was trying to talk to the camera. I'm trying to remember I think he was in, like, seat 7. I can't, but it was very funny. Like, unfortunately, I was the only person who could understand it, so I appreciate the chuckles. Deuce here on the end as Scott here had limped out of the small blind. Albert had just wound up checking back every street, and he's the beneficiary of it. Well, ATX Poker must think he's Nico Case because he's talking about the moon. Mikey, did you see the moon tonight? That's a very obscure reference. I wish I was the moon. That's what happens when you date hippies. I could just hear awful music sometimes. Bappas going to be planning a trip to the Austin Card House pretty soon for this freeze out. Good thinking. Robert, how many players started this tournament? 39 started. Only one will remain. Yes, well, we'll see. We're down to four-handed. Ace deuce versus queen eight, blind versus blind. Let's get fired up for this, guys. You got to get excited. We got to bring the heat. We got a wheel draw for Albert, pair and flush draw for Luis. Now two pairs. Albert's like, all right, I'll breathe on this. Bet. Albert leads at it, gets a quick call. We've made it to the end, and two pair here for Luis. And a small bet on the end here for Albert. Ace high can be good. I mean, he's having a bank that, like, maybe Luis has a similar type of ace that would include the ace of diamonds, which wouldn't make a ton of sense. So maybe there's a random king X of diamonds that he could beat that's non-paired. You're like either trying to like 7-6 got there. With a small bet, it's that they're what? How many times do you have to necessarily be right for this to be a profitable call? Like it's kind of right there, a line there that calling off 25K with ace high forehand. It's not ideal, but it is not the. Jedi Master Ted says, Chad, like had like a set and his opponent was in the tank and he was trying to induce a call, which he did. Mike actually did a good job of the play-by-play. Hey, you know, every squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. Chaz Guild, Mike going to be playing Thursday. I kind of want to splash around now. We'll just say the game is already set there, Chaz. That we're gonna have Steam Dola there. We're gonna have J Stack. We got enough maniacs here. Like I don't need one more. Raised up here by Albert. Terry here with a King 8 offsuit and just not a hand she can reshove with. Bumpus, what time does this freeze out start at? 2 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Are we at standard time yet? I'm not sure. We're at that point. We're fall backwards, spring forward, fall backwards. Okay, that's. Is Thursday no limit hold'em or PLO? It is no limit hold'em. Luis, why no chop? Scott has a ton of chips, and he should never be probably chopping in this spot unless they're guaranteeing him close to first place money. Like it just. Albert, I think, has said like he really only chops, and I overheard him say this, that unless he gets like heads up on the Wednesday tournament, which is the free roll here. He's got some cowboys, some kings. Oh, ooh, Nelly, we got Terry all in here with Ace Jack. Gonna get a call here by Albert. Terry gets kind of coolered here. Ace Jack four-handed. It's just a hand. They're gonna rip it, and gets 3 aces. Albert's unlucky. He's gonna have to spike a king. There's 1 king left, and he ain't gonna find it. The girl Terry Hatcher, lady, woman, proud representative of poker, now has doubled up here to 386K. Albert. So they've kind of switched stacks now. Albert's going to be down to 137K. As Terry picks, going to now be at 386K here at this point. She's been due, man. She's been due to get lucky in some of these spots. Keeps getting here to the final table. And now Albert the short stack, which Albert has maneuvered this for well in the past, so don't count out Albie just yet. Don't count him out. Sergio says, "Oorah!" Wow, is that like a? Let's see. Terry here with tens. All in. She's just going to go ahead and open a rip it here. Says don't leave anything to guesswork. Just hoping Albert has got a capable hand to go an all in heads up with and just show it like, yeah, it's tens. I had a real hand here. It's generally more of a friendly vibe here in this point. Like, I've seen it in the chat. Like, why are they showing each other? Like, most of these players kind of already really understand each other to begin with. You know, I understand what you're saying. I don't think it's as nearly as, like, egregious as something might think. Nick from Yuma, like Skyrim and Fought. This is his PLO only, like Skyrim and Fought. Fireman Scott. Let's see. Ethan's TCH Dallas update. Exciting news. Our MySpace page is up and running. Yeah, we got our friends here going too. Should check it out. Got a Friendster. We got our ICQ text line. Check out our website using Netscape Navigator. Gonna have some dial-up internet for people to check out when they get there. No, I think we'll probably We'll probably have T1. I'm sure it'll be good. Well, we're still going here. 8K, 16K. We'll have the 10K, 20K jump here soon. Albert gonna fold. I think I can hear the table talk from the other table of table 9 that you see there in the background, which typically is a 1-3 match stack game. Queen 9 versus King 8. Probably sounds like a level jump here. Check and check, check and check, check and check. Got a whole lot of checks mixed up here. All right, Terry going to come out here betting on the end. Just in case you got to turn her hand into a bluff. Maybe get a 4 to fold out. Not going to have to worry about it. Had the best hand the whole way. All right, TCH Live. Monday is Bart Hansen hosting. Thursday, to be determined as to who will be with Aaron. I will be on the felt. I think we've got Tillman will be in that. Steam Dola, J Stack. I've went over the names the other. Like it was like I signed up and then we're working with Asa to just kind of curate the list and get fresh people. So it was also like kind of in the order that what you received. Some of the TCH. So you see that if you're interested in playing a TCH Live cash game, again, you had the information there on the bottom of your screen. Again, click to email that, text it. All right, Scott here. Ace 5 suited. Got to pick it up as he gets a walk from Terry. Luis had raised up here to 75K. Albert has moved in here with ace queen. He said didn't even look, and he's got a hand. Albert will never be beaten. He's got top 2. Just has to fade a jack and fades it. Albert, the absolute. Does. So it's going to even up Albert and Luis. ATX Poker's Mikey. I'm just going to double check and make sure we either have Mikey or Mike Major here for commentary on that, or I trust both of them. They're going to come out and rep the brand. Going to come out to be your best self here for TCH Live. Well, Albert still cooking. All right, Luis here with 3s. Albert here with ace 4. I think this is a shipment hand. This is a shipment. This one has left the dock. It has been shipped. And Luis here with some trays. We got ourselves a good old-fashioned coin flip here. Ace 4 off versus 3s. It's been a hot night for aces. Oh, potential counterfeit cards for 3s. And, kings and 8s with an ace. Albert survives. He's knocked out Luis, who has been eliminated in 4th place. Board paired, and that was bad news for Luis. So as the turn was going to give Albert, almost every turn card was going to give him 3 outs additional to be able to counterfeit him. So we are down to the final 3. All right. Albert still cooking here in the kitchen. There's Terry trying to find a first TCH live tournament win. Long-time winner here. Won some rings on the circuit. Won some big tournaments. Has made the final table here many, many a times. Like everybody else, chasing Scott here at the top of the field. Well, George Kittle catches a 5-yard touchdown pass from Nick Mullins to go ahead 14-8 with 8:26 left in the third. Then Jake Elliott connecting on a 35-yard field goal on a 16-play, 62-yard drive capped by a short field goal for the Eagles. Eagles fly as they are down 11-14. And Scott is going to pick up the pot. So Albert at 18, big blinds, Terry at 19. Yeah, Terry has talked little chop numbers, and I mean, I think it's advantageous for her too, because if you can guarantee yourself a little more profit here at this point, even as a short stack or even stack, well, I don't think it's necessarily bad to try to at least try. All right, so we have Terry folding, Albert. Scott is going to check his King 10 or is reenacting the scene from Home Alone. Oh! All right, it's a visual act. Like you had to see me slap both sides of my face. All right, check and check. King on the turn. Albert not drawing dead. 6-0 on the Riv. On the Rio. Scott with a bet. And we will get a fold. All right, Niners back out of here in the field here on 1st and 10 on their own 25. Mullins pitches right here to Jerick McKinnon, who's stuffed. I was just waiting for that to be like an 80-yard touchdown. No, that was that's Wilson Jr., my bad. Had a little bit of eye on an NBA Finals game that the Heat beat the Lakers on. Playoff baseball happening. Everything's happening at once. Including this final table that has riveted 420-plus viewers here tonight. Make sure to hit that like button and click subscribe if you have not. We stream Sundays, Mondays, and Thursdays here on the channel. So we got Terry here with 10-8 offsuit. Scott here with the pocket nines, three-handed. Got to pick it up. Matt Lopez, I'm sure somebody has asked, but any idea TCH Dallas? Again, check out tomorrow's show. We may have more details on the TCH Live this week, but we have something more official to name. So be on the lookout for it. We're getting there. Just, hey, we'll get the official word out soon enough. Going to fold out the small blind as Small and will get a walk. And Scott had queens in the big blind. It's like, what? You guys were supposed to jam and re-raise all in, and we were supposed to be done with this. But alas, nevermore. That's quote the Raven, nevermore. All right. All right, Terry here on the button. Going to raise it here 50K. And Albert will show that he had the 7-3. Yeah, I mean, these stacks are getting kind of pinched here as 50K effectively here in the middle. The minimum raise is going to be 40K. 3X 60K. So I think you probably see a pretty standard 50K open, which is quite a lot of chips for both Terry and Albert. So see if anybody makes a move here. Now Terry here with the 3 deuce in the big blind. Albert with Jack 5 suited. Jam, Terry. No, it's not going to do that. She's not crazy. All right, 3 of a kind 5s here for Albert. Terry has
Tell you what, if we're at the end of this level, if we're still sitting where we're sitting, we'll just go ahead and if that's what you guys want to do. Well, I know, whatever it is you're talking about. I mean,
Yeah, I think Albert mentioning it. If we go another level here, we might have a deal at some point. But with the blinds and the stacks are what they are. Raise up here by Albert. Scott is going to call. And I mean, both Terry and Albert can still put a dent in a stack if they get a double up. So I mean, the Scott's got the advantage, but he's got to be really, really careful because if he donates, punts off any chips, and he's going to lay it down here as Albert moves on the flop. Yeah, Albert is not afraid to die here, so he's going to be the one that has a chance. Terry, I think, is, if you see there, generally writing down figures, I think, for maybe a potential chop, but I think we probably have to be another 15 minutes before we get to another level jump before I think they decide to move on that. All right, Terry here with a raise with ace 3. Scott here with king 10 suited. Terry going to pick it up as neither of the blinds have picked up a hand. ETX Poker Mike, did you miss your new booth bestie, AA Ron back there? Yeah. I mean, it's Tournament Sunday has always been one I can BS my way through for a couple of hours. For cash, I mean, it's just a necessity. There's a lot you can break down if you are observant, and there are players there that the hands play out in such a way that people like. And here's my feeling on this is that if you have a fancy way of saying something, people will really respond to it versus confirming. Like if you can confirm what you already know, but frame it in such a way that you can put different explanations to it. And Aaron's just really sharp. Just really, really sharp. Like, just... All right. Corey Talk. Welcome to Corey Talk here on TCH Live. Do you all believe a dealer can be good enough to deal anyone the cards they want to players to have? No, I mean, like, I think you're talking about something different between, like, a mechanic, which I've never, I mean, I talked to one of our old floor managers, and like, he's done a long history of this, and he's like, I've only seen like 2 people capable of doing it. Uh, and I'm talking, I don't know. I don't know enough about it, but it just seems like I'm a big believer in karma. It's just weird that people that tip me or really do treat me well, like, tend to get really good hands, or they win big pots. Or like, you know what? That guy didn't ever stiff me before, or that lady, or that person, or individual. So you can't quantify karma, but make sure to take care of your dealers, your floor staff, your broadcasters, your producers. Be sure to take care of them. Raise up here to 60K with ace 5. Scott with ace 5, and he seems agonized by this potential decision. Albert here with 4-3 suited. Again, if you'd like to contribute a super chat or super sticker, tip the booth here, super chat or super sticker. Do so here in the TCH live chat. We've had a couple of $5 super chats thrown our way here this evening. Albert here and Terry here with King 9 and Queen 10 suited. And here we go. Everybody's missed, so check and check. 6 of hearts. And a bet. Terry here going to call the min bet here with King High, just assuming Albert's could just be semi-bluffing here this spot. As ace here on the river, so aces and 6s with a king if we go to showdown. But Albert is going to try to bet it. He's going to rep like he has a 6. He's going to try. Terry calls it down with King High. Says, you can't do that, Albert. I've called with 10 high. I'm going to stick it to you with King High. Terry rules. Terry rules yet again with a call with King High. As a valiant attempt by Albert, but Terry knew where she was at there on that. Well, next second, I think we're going to have a dealer change. Nice calls, the usual suspect. Tadpole says, will he tilt? No, Albert's not. I don't think Albert's a pure tilt. He's just ready to jam. Like Albert is always ready to jam here in the short stack. I think he does that as well as anybody as far as staying alive in these tournaments and knowing which spots to push and when to lay off. So we're going to spread out the deck here as we shuffle up and deal. Gonna hit that like button. We're at 78 likes right now. We can get over 100. Come on. We can get 100 people. 100 strong for Mikey here on the TCH live chat. Smashing that like button. We got a $10 super chat from the great Let Jedi Master Ted. Dragon Knight says Terry is not afraid to call with King, Queen, or Jack high. Well, I think you're talking about a position there where if she knows Albert well enough that if he's got a hand for value, I think he's probably going to bet this differently. I mean, there are some scenarios there where he leads a turn with trip 6s. Now with the ace there, that it's just more likely to the story that he's telling that he's bluffing, like say miss spades. And 3-handed, I think, is a different dynamic than full table. Raise up here by Albert. Raise up by Albert. Scott here with king 6 off. And it's going to show the ace, though. So, yeah, Albert's still a decent chip position here. Terry's in a slightly better one than she was before. To call the small pot, but Matthew Lopez, $3 super chat. Thank you. Again, Ted with the $10 one. We appreciate him. 84 likes. Come on now. You can do it. There's somebody out there that's like, oh my God, I've totally forgotten to do this. And you can do it right now. You can do it. Just put a little muscle to it and hit that like button. Come on, what you waiting for? Hit that like button. Was that Rick and Morty? I'm Ants in My Eyes Johnson. What are you waiting for? Come on down to Ants in Your Eyes Johnson's Appliances. All right, we got a diamond flush draw here for Scott. We've got a gutter ball for Albert. Terry here with second pair and betting. Ooh-wee. All right, Scott is going to call here with a wheel draw and the flush draw. Terry bets it here with second pair. And a deuce here on the turn, so Scott has made a wheel. Terry cannot win this, and he's going to check. Good check here by Terry. We'll see if 5 here on the end. Ooh-wee. And Terry's going to make a smart check back. Scott was trying to induce the old Blefskis. Not going to happen. Terry's too smart for that. Uh-huh. All right. We got a 97 likes now. Way to go, guys. We're almost there. Scott now here takes a decent sized pot after the 65K bet on the flop. Again, 2,360, I believe, for first. So we paid out another spot here. All right, Albert's going to call. Terry will check out of the big blind. B. Richardson says test. Yep, your work there, buddy. As Terry is going to pick up the pot here with second pair. All right. Almost there to 100, guys. 100 likes. We can do it. You can do it. All right, so Albert with 15 bigs, Terry with 18. Scott here in pretty good chip position. B. Richardson has a good question. I think that is actually worth being answered. I not. Scott's going to pick it up with a 9-5 high. As Terry will not go post flop with it. B. Richardson. Heard you guys talking about tipping. When I win or chop a tournament, I tip 3 to 5%. My question is this: do you should scale down with a 5, 6, or 7-figure score? Any response appreciated. B. Richardson has a feels like he's gonna win like $1 million one day. So well, I've not actually even thought of that. I'm gonna let this folk possibly answer that. Albert here. Big blind versus small blind. Scott gonna raise it here 75. Albert will get out. Probably gonna have another level jump here too. I think I hear something beeping, or else somebody's life alert is going off. Lines are up. That is 15K, 30K. So you're feeling the squeeze now. So I know they entertained the idea if we had another level jump. Yep. Here we go. Terry has decided, has been trying to encourage that this could be a good idea for him at this stage of the tournament. Scott here on the button still has one more chance, though. Yeah, do they not decide? Yep, okay, so this is what's going to be the deal. First is going to be $2,200 that'll go to Scott. Second and third are going to chop up $1,160 each. So Terry and Albert, nice return on their investment here today as they chop second and third. Scott's going to take home first place money, and we are out of here. Here tonight, that is the end of our stream here on TCH Live. Bart Hanson will be hosting tomorrow, 5-5, Uncapped. Sure, Big Daddy Chaz will be there, Big Daddy Bones, and all the rest of the Big Daddies will probably be there. And I'll be playing on Thursday, so unless I bust out, I think on Thursday's game. It may not be until next Sunday that you hear me on the commentary. I might be there in the chat, though, just to keep you guys in line so you don't bully Bart around. Be nice to Bart. Don't be a jerk. All right. That is our conclusion. Thank you to Carolyn. Thank you to our floors, our dealers. You guys have a fantastic night. We'll see you next time.